Hey y'all! Now it's time to talk about Rahu, and Rahu is in Sanskrit Rahu. It's just because I think in Western astrology is called the North Node, and in Vedic it's called Rahu. And these are shadow planets. So Rahu as a shadow planet, well, let me just preface this before I get into Rahu. Shadow planets are parts of ourselves, parts of our lives that we either suppress or we hide intentionally out of, or even subconsciously, out of fear. When will they find out? You know, when will they see right through me? Or like they're just things that we get excited about or things that we enjoy that we don't share openly, or like talents and gifts that we have that we suppress, right? Like our intuition or our creativity, our ability to speak or write or knowledge share. Some people hold all that in because they're too worried about what other people are going to think. So these are parts of ourselves that we suppress or that we hide. And Rahu is the path ahead of us. And it also can represent the paternal grandfather. So if you want to look at patterns around family, you can see paternal grandfather through Rahu. Fallacious arguments. I know in lots of my family. Harsh speech, gambling, movement, traveling, outcasts, foreigners, invaders, snakes, snake bites, theft, wickedness, widows, or pursuing or being intrigued by widows, skin diseases like eczema can be seen. I have that, and it's in my chart where my Rahu sits. Acute or sharp pains in the body. If you have if you get hiccups a lot for no reason, that can also be one. Swelling in the body, inflammation. So again, the North Node, it's the North Node of the moon. And it's a shadow planet, and it represents illusion, desires, materialism, karmic lessons. Rahu Ketu axis is all about karma, building and releasing of karma, just both of them. And in the process of doing, of what Rahu wants to pursue, it's a powerful force because Rahu is associated also with ambition, transformation, and unconventional pursuits or unconventional jobs or lifestyle or whatever, wherever he sits in the house, or it sits in whatever house, that is usually where you'll see someone either makes their money in a really untraditional way, or they're in if it's in their house of marriage, they might be in a poly marriage, or maybe they don't want to be married, and they're just not married and they have kids and that's what they wanted, just living very untraditional, unconventional pursuits, way of life. It can also bring challenges like deception or addiction, obsession. Rahu is super easily influenced, if not well placed. And these are the areas of life where we are naturally, if you're drawn to it, that's probably where your Rahu is. If you're drawn to this very unconventional or ambitious, this part of you just wants something that is just really, you're like, what is this? That is your Rahu talking to you, being like, this is what we're going to pursue. This is what I want. It's an obsession with it almost. It's like an addiction getting to it. And sometimes Rahu will do whatever, unlawful sometimes, and deceitful things to accomplish what it wants to accomplish in life. So that's why it's really important to balance it out. But again, because it is associated with transformation and ambition and just pursuing things that are outside of the norm, that can be really motivating for other people, to see that you're pursuing those things and that you're living up to what you want to do and being yourself. And it is about getting outside of your comfort zone. And it forces us to confront our fear. And it forces us to be like, why am I living this mundane ass life? Like, I'm not built for this. I'm desiring something so different than maybe the path that anyone else in your family has pursued before. Typically, it's going to be something that there isn't like a path planned out for you. So you're like paving it yourself as you're pursuing it because you're the first one to do it in your lineage. And it's just really cool to see people in alignment with that. But again, you have to balance it. It's the axis. And I'm going to talk also about K2 and the balance between the two of them is really important because, again, you can slip into more of the like deceitful, like where you're seeing things that aren't really there, or like, I know Bitcoin. Don't come at me, people, with the Bitcoin stuff, but I know Bitcoin is gonna take off, and that's why I'm putting all my money in cryptocurrency. Like like the deception can really kick in too. And so you have to be like discerning, through a lot of these pursuits of, is this really aligned for me? Am I just being easily persuaded, right? So some things to consider about Rahu. What parts of yourself are you hiding, or what parts of yourself are you suppressing because of what other people think? Like, what are your desires in life? What do you want to pursue in life? Especially if it's like not the traditional path. Like, that's Rahu. My Rahu sits in my fifth house, and I sure as hell have not had a regular ass life. My fifth house, or your fifth house, represents children, creativity, the home that you build for yourself as an adult. And mine has not. It's been anything but traditional. So I can say for myself, it's been very accurate. My Rahu is accurate, at least from my Lagna. I have to look into my other ones too, but studying it is the best way. And really, again, going to a professional astrologer is going to really be able to show you, like, again, how to remedy some of the obsession side of it or the addiction side of pursuing. Or maybe you're like neglecting other areas of your life in pursuit of one thing, right? So there's a lot of things to be on the lookout for. So let's talk. All right. Thanks, guys, for being here. That was my analysis of Rahu.